What's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday. Solomon here. So there's quite a bit of information today. We've got some news out of NACHA, which, if you're not aware what NACHA is, you definitely need to look them up. They basically operate the ACH network in the entire United States. ACH is anytime you use a debit card, direct debit, anything like that. We'll go over that here shortly. Also, Ripple Regionals were today. And I participated in the first two sessions of that, but then got booted. So we're going to talk about that too. So I did want to begin with this Corey Johnson tweet back from, this is months ago, because Corey Johnson obviously is no longer with Ripple. But I'll say it again, this matters, hashtag XRP the standard. This is Justin Trudeau, who is the Prime Minister of Canada. Just interesting there. Take that as you will. Take it with a grain of salt, as always. We are all speculators in this space. So now for the Ripple Swell Regionals, I'll talk about the first two the sessions here, and actually just mainly the first session, which was between Pat Thalen, Payments Canada, and an individual from the Faster Payments Council. And what was interesting to me was just how it doesn't. Canada and the United States seem like they're further behind than some of the other regions across the globe, such as Europe and Asia. And Canada basically stated that the real-time payment rails based on ISO 20022 will pretty much be ready by 2022. Now, they did say that they could turn on certain functionalities prior to that or whenever they were needed, but what they got into is basically that they're building out the domestic portion first, but that the cross-border legs are the end game. And also, it was interesting. They do talk about Europe and UK a little bit, that they were much further ahead, and announced that the Bank of Canada. And by the way, if you're not in the know of what Payments Canada is, they basically operate the clearing and settlement system in all of Canada. But they did mention that the Bank of Canada, the Central Bank of Canada, is working on a central bank digital currency, which we really haven't seen a lot about that yet. And they don't have a planned implementation date, but they're just getting it ready in case it needs implemented. So they are future-proofing. We hear future-proofing all the time. A lot of institutions are future-proofing. Now, we also did hear that the Bank of Canada is looking into potentially utilizing Ripple technology as well near the end of that. If you want to watch that entire live stream before it gets taken down, this is Crypto Siege. Me and SPQR Lee, many of you may know him that are in the Twitter space and that have followed SPQR Media on YouTube, are going to be interviewed by Crypto Siege on Sunday. It's not even really an interview, it's more so of just a group of guys just kind of chatting about what we think is going on. Now, I did watch the first two portions. I put on here in hindsight, perhaps quote-unquote Roger Solomon wasn't the best fake name I could have come up with. I did get booted from it before the ODL presentation, which had to do with XRP, but I think everybody did, and I think that probably had to deal with a non-affiliate client of Ripple email address, which is probably the problem there. Now, this was today too. This is the European Union watchdog tells the UK banks to get ready for a full Brexit. I'm not going to get over this all very in-depth here, but transition arrangements basically end on December 31st of this year. There is no mechanism for direct European Union access in deposits or loans starting in January. So the UK will be all alone. I'm curious what they're going to use or how they're going to facilitate that connection point. Now, this is X-Men XRP sent me this today. And at XRP33, give him a follow, please. And I told you, dude, I don't care if we're friends or not. You're going to get compensated for your find. I think I saw this on Baba Cugs, if you're on Twitter, on his Twitter also. This is Bank of China advises countries' banks to avoid Swift messaging. If you don't know what Swift messaging is, definitely look it up. Swift and the volumes that they handle on a yearly basis, basically anything that goes across borders goes through Swift. It's trillions. It's multiple trillions of dollars on a yearly basis. And if you're not in the know, Russia and China are trying to build a system basically that bypasses SWIFT completely. But this is the Bank of China advising the China's country banks to avoid SWIFT messaging entirely. And this is political battles between the U.S. and China. One of China's top banks is urging financial institutions to cut their use of SWIFT financial messaging network for cross-border transactions. The bank's messaging applies to Hong Kong and Macau as well. So I will let you look into that. Thank you very much, X-Men XRP. Give him a follow on YouTube, and I'll message you definitely sometime in August here about compensating you for that fine. Thanks, dude. All right. Now, dLocal today unveiled a merchant dashboard to help clients optimize business outcomes. And really, most of this video is about NACHA because there's some deep ties with NACHA if you haven't seen them. But this is dLocal and faster, better, data-driven decision-making. It's this new dashboard they're rolling out. They have multi-currency management that handles up to 20 different currencies under one interface, okay? Granular reporting, improved refund and chargeback handling. Just for some scope, for some speculation, dLocal is a member of RippleNet as well. Not saying that has anything to do with XRP, just presenting it to you all. Philippine Central Bank announced today that they're planning to issue a digital currency. So this is kind of tying into the information that I posted yesterday as well. With Union Bank, CoinsPH, BondsPH, all that stuff. The governor of the Central Bank of the Philippines is bullish on the advantages of digital fiat. So we can see this is becoming a trend across the board. Now, Data 443, if you're not aware who Data 443 is, they do run a Ripple validator. And that is directly for the WordPress version of GDPR compliance. I will go over GDPR compliance in a second here. It's big in the European Union. Data 443 Risk Mitigation welcomes Mr. Omkar Arasaratnam to its advisory board. I definitely got that name wrong. And this dude was previously, that he's on the board. He currently still serves as Director of Engineering and Assurance Security for Google LLC. Senior Fellow with the NYU Center for Cybersecurity at the NYU Tandon School of Engineering. Blah, blah, blah. Previously, he was Data Project Engineer at JP Morgan Chase. And just so you know, down below... Oh, come on, give me a break. Hang on. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Classy Docs. The company's award-winning data classification and governance technology, which supports CCPA, LGPD, and GDPR compliance. Classy Docs for blockchain, which provides an active implementation for the Ripple XRP that protects blockchain transactions from inadvertent disclosure and data leaks. Wonder why they would need to do that. Okay. GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. This is, a legal framework that for personal information that is brought about by the European Union. You can look a little bit more into that if you feel like it. This was interesting today too. HSBC and the National Board of Revenue jointly hosted an introductory event and awareness session on the recently launched NBR's VAT e-payment system. Now, it does talk about real-time gross settlement in this as well. Each transaction will be completed near real-time through real-time gross settlement transactions instead of 2 to 3 days, which is typical for payments using physical instruments. And as far as I know, I've never seen an official announcement that ties HSBC as far as a Ripple partner, but I would not be surprised because they have mentioned not even just Ripple, but XRP in plenty of documents. So we will see how that develops and if it develops. All right, now today, ACI Payments receives NACHA certified status for its bill payment offering. I think this may have came out yesterday. Maybe Kevin Cage did a video on this too. But this is this SpeedPay through ACI. If you're not aware, SpeedPay, ACI purchased SpeedPay through Western Union, okay? But ACI definitely has some ties in with Ripple too. Right under their section on their website, ACI and Swift. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this, maybe some of you haven't. And I think I may have been the person that found this probably about a year and a half ago. ACI also supports real-time schemes around the world, meaning that any bank can use real-time payment systems to support Swift, Fin, GPI, DLT, which is e.g., for example, Ripple. Now, what's interesting about NACHA here, so that now ACI Payments receives a NACHA certified status for its bill payment offering, okay? I want to get into the basics of what NACHA does. They are basically the maintainers of the ACH network in the United States, okay? Just how big that is. In the second quarter alone, so 3 months of 2020, there were 6.6 billion payments made over the ACH network. And same-day ACH volume climbed 37% over a year earlier with 81.6 million payments. Average dollar amount of a same-day ACH payment increased by 33%. Allowable same-day ACH transaction increased to $100,000. I actually think I posted that probably about 3 or 4 months ago. The maximum by a single participant same-day ACH payment value. Now, ACH is bank treasury management departments, business-to-business payments, direct debit payment of consumer bills such as mortgages, loans, utilities, insurance premiums, rents, and any other regular payment, anything that you use debit-wise. What gets really interesting here is Ripple's association with NACHA, and $21.5 billion or $21.5 billion ACH payments valued at $47 trillion. I'm assuming that's probably yearly. This is a Feeney's. And if you really want to get deep into this, NACHA just came out with a blockchain initiative, and it's called Fixius. I believe it is Pixius. So, but here where we get into the ties in with Ripple here. Now, this is IFX, okay? IFX merged with NACHA. Okay, this is probably a few years ago. This is NACHA and IFX announced intent to combine. This is from a Ripple presentation. This is that same one where we saw dLocal. RippleNet includes IFX, obviously. But this is also from a presentation from NACHA, and thank you, Bank XRP. We haven't seen you in a while, dude. I hope you come back into the Twitter space. But this talks about today's settlement infrastructure, and this is like 2016. And it talks about future settlement infrastructure, okay? So it looks like ACH will still handle messaging format and networking rules, but we also all know that networking, as far as payments are concerned, are going to be flowing through ISO 20022, which Ripple became the first blockchain member of. And settlement infrastructure, everything basically moves to Ripple, right? Banks, we see Bank of America twice here. I know Crypto Siege talked about it today, but that Ripple actually directly messaged Alex Cobb and told him to take down his Bank of America tweet, because we all know that Bank of America is definitely utilizing RippleNet. It's just a matter of when they utilize XRP. NACHA is a giant, though, everybody. And, you know, Ripple joined the NACHA Alliance in 2014 as a startup, right? Also, that identity that we always talk about, I believe they were... No, okay, that wasn't NACHA. Identity, I think, was Accenture's Innovate Lab. So, sorry about that. All right, moving on. This is Monex subsidiary... this is a typo. I very much so doubt it's TrandStation. It's called TradeStation, I believe. Set to launch crypto lending services. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But Monex and TradeStation do support XRP. So we'll see back here. Okay, it was a typo. Back in November of last year when TradeStation launched a crypto brokerage platform, offshoot that was newly launched at the time called TradeStation Crypto, supported cryptocurrencies at launch, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, as well as Ripple XRP. 40 US states, launched only this month. We can see the Monex group here. Talks about XRP again, so just additional confirmation. I found this today. This is a response letter from JP Morgan about CDEP, which is China's, China. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it for the first time on this channel. China's digital currency. No, it's China's digital currency. But this is JP Morgan in response. And this is very interesting. I'm going to post this to Patreon. I will post this for you guys as well. But it does talk about basically not a competition issue as far as cross-border payments are concerned with China's digital currency. And this is from JP Morgan. So I'll post this in the YouTube video for you guys. Two more things, and I found this today. This is a pretty cool website, I think, and this is govtachbase.info. This looks like a Japanese depository for all sorts of government articles. And This is a summary of climate change X digital project review results. Now, these next two slides, if anybody can translate Japanese for me, that would be fantastic. I'm not saying this correlates with Ripple or XRP at all. I just found it and I thought it was very interesting. It's about a green economy. Again, this is the J credit system. It's trying to go carbon free, carbon neutral, everybody. And this is all built on blockchain, okay? It is expected that by utilizing blockchain technology and digital technology such as Internet of Things, greenhouse gas emission reduction activities and environmental value transactions will be dramatically expanded. Okay. Currently, the J credit system is operated as a system that certifies a reduction in absorption of greenhouse gases as credits by introducing energy saving and renewable energy facilities and forest management. Climate Digital X project, we will use digital technology to enable small and medium-sized enterprises and individuals to easily participate in the J credit system. Blah, blah, blah. You get it, right? So these are the two documents, though, and I'd be very interested just to see, kind of a little bit of what's going on with both of these, because I'm always very curious when I see government documents coming out, especially for carbon-free initiatives, because I think we're all heading towards the same place. We see every single country in the world is doing their own initiatives as far as digitization, carbon-free, blockchain, Internet of Things, quantum computing, AI, biometrics. It is very clear to see what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to paint pictures for you guys on a daily basis, and there's just so much news, so I try to tie together what I can. All right, U.S. bank regulator. This is Brian Brooks from the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. If you're not aware, Brian Brooks came over from Coinbase, cryptocurrency exchange, about 2 months ago, back in May, and he's saying that dollars on blockchain are better than central bank monopoly money on the payment system. I'm a believer in decentralization. At the end of the day, I think that stable coins and other blockchain-based tokenization of dollars are the most resilient model for long-term faster payments, better than a central bank's monopoly on the payment system. Do you think it's a coincidence that the prior head of the OCC basically quickly retired in May, because we see these digital initiatives coming out of China all across the board? Do you think it's a coincidence that the Stock Exchange of Israel yesterday announced that they are utilizing a blockchain platform for securities trading? Do you think it's a coincidence that we see all the news out of the Philippines? Do you think it's a coincidence that we see all of these large institutions, NACHA, who operates the ACH network, coming out with Fixius, which is a blockchain-supported platform, Tata, coming out with their court solution? It is not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. It is very, very cut and dry what is going on. I'm just excited to see how all of this rolls out, because I think it's going to be very, very interesting. And we all are heading towards digitization, and it's all going towards digital assets. At the end of the day, the end game is digital assets and tokenization. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day and enjoy your evening. All right, later.